During her first visit to Seattle, Gwendolyn Dixon wrote home to her parents in tiny Green City, Missouri, that she was having a whale of a time. On the backside of this Boyd Ellis postcard, postmarked August 25, 1953, she mentioned plans to take a 1-hour boat tour of the harbor. Would that we could scratch and sniff Ellis's photo, snapped a year earlier in 1952. A pungent, working waterfront would spring to life. Add the sound of ferry whistles, harbor gulls, and the booming voice of Seattle Harbor Water Tours barker Rudy Becker for full effect. The skipper on the flying bridge is likely Lynn Campbell or Joe Bowles, company co-owners. Campbell and Bowles were particularly proud of their recent acquisition, named the Wave for a freak swell that nearly capsized the vessel on its passage from San Diego. After a $21,000 repair and facelift, the owners claimed that the Wave was unique on the waterfront. Though sporting a conventional 50-foot-long hull with 13-foot beam, the cabin featured large stainless steel-framed shatterproof panes of glass, providing spectacular harbor views for its 68 passengers, and business boomed. Tourists and locals alike took in the waterfront highlights, from Coast Guard weather ships in Smith Cove to United Fruit Company's Banana Terminal. Most impressive, Campbell said, were the Todd Shipyard dry docks at Harbor Island, where you get to see how big a ship really is and wonder how anything so heavy can float. During evening tours, Becker, a self-described wharf rat, could be heard amusing eager passengers. By special permission of the Chamber of Commerce, we are permitted to include on this trip the sight of the setting sun. Looming in the postcard's background above Alaskan Way are pale concrete ribs of the nearly completed viaduct, which opened in April 1953. At Wright, near an octopus mural at the northeast corner of Pier 54, a mounted sign supplies evidence of Ivar Hageland's aquarium. It drew many visitors for 18 years until it was shuttered in 1956. A coda. Joe Bowles, 1904 to 1962, made a late-life career change, improbably becoming the Northwest's leading recording engineer, famously mastering the Whalers cover of Louie Louie. His business partner, Lynn Campbell, 1912 to 2013, offered harbor tours until his retirement, evolving the business into what is today known as Argosy Cruises. Rudy Becker, 1913 to 1976, served as a tour barker and jokester for more than a decade. Watching tourists fill souvenir bottles with Elliott Bay water, he advised caution. "You better pour some out," Becker said. "Come high tide, that bottle will break." Most tourists took it as sound advice. In our then photo, during shirt-sleeve weather in late summer 1952, the Smith Tower barely peeks out above an Alaskan Way viaduct, nearing completion and free of traffic in this Boyd Ellis postcard. A 1-hour Seattle Harbor Water Tours trip cost only $1. Our second then photo, the back of the postcard, sent by Gwendolyn Dixon to her parents in Green City, Missouri. Green City's population has remained in the mid-600s since the 1950s. In our third then photo, Ivar Hageland poses with one of his aquarium superstars, Oscar the octopus. And in our now photo, a somewhat wider view looking southeast at Pier 54, the Bremerton Fast Ferry, seating 118 passengers, pauses at its temporary berth at Pier 54. At 75 feet long, it has a beam of 27 feet.